What is up, gamers? Have you ever wondered what it would be like to play Escape from Tarkov on an Xbox controller? Maybe even a PlayStation controller? Heck, you could set this up for the Switch. All you gotta do is go right over here, pull up Steam. You're gonna go to your games library and add a non-Steam game to your library. On this list here, you're gonna find the Battlestate Games launcher. You're going to go ahead and add that. I already have mine added, so you're not going to be able to see that step by step. But go ahead and pull up Battlestate Games Launcher. Once you have that added to your games library, you're going to go ahead and throw yourself into big picture mode. It's kind of loud, but you can click and have that skip pretty quick. You're going to want to go over here into your settings, go to your controller settings, whatever controller you may be playing on, go ahead and select that. You're going to go into your games library, go to your installed games, you're going to find the Battlestate Games Launcher. Going to go over here to manage shortcut. You're going to want to make sure that you have your Steam input per game set to whatever controller you may be on. Since I have Xbox as my enabled controller, that's what's going to pop up. Whatever you may be playing on, it should be on the list. You want to make sure you have enable overlay on non-Steam game. Otherwise, it won't register on the Battlestate Games launcher. After you have that set up, you're pretty much good to go. You need to get a configuration set up, which if you are a fellow Xbox controller gamer, I'll have a link or something in the description for you to be able to copy my binds straight into it. If you are going to be copying my binds, an important thing to note is that your sensitivity is based off of your in-game sense. It's also based on your mouse sensitivity setting in the overlay. In-game, I have my change scope and my change zoom to left and right bracket, so you'll have to change those if you're going to be copying my bind set. You'll also want to adjust your mouse sensitivity and your mouse sensitivity aiming to your liking. This is where you can adjust it. This will directly affect the controller because the overlay is just emulating the mouse and keyboard binds. You're going to want to make sure that anytime you want to launch Tarkov that you open the Battlestate Games Launcher through Steam, otherwise it will not enable the overlay. So be sure to launch the launcher through Steam. Alright, let's jump into how you can set up your controller now that you've got it enabled. What you're going to want to do is add an extra action set. This is super important because it allows you to have two sets of binds, one for looting, one for gaming. You're going to want to add your second set and then go to manage action set it so that way when the cursor is shown it'll give you your looting menu, and when your cursor is hidden it will automatically switch to your gaming. So once you've got that set up, you can start building out your binds. You can add activators to any of the buttons by clicking on it and going to show activators. Once you have your first bind selected and you go to show activators, you should have the option to add an activator. So you can add anything like double presses and long presses. I haven't used any of the other ones. I couldn't tell you if they're easy enough to use. For me, I stick to long presses and double presses because these are the easiest to consistently do and have access to. And I try to keep things to about 3 binds per button at most. Currently, I have my meds at, down on the D-pad 4, 5, and 6. So we've got regular press, long press, double press set up so that way I can save buttons and put them all on one. It can be kind of tricky getting it all set up, getting all the buttons put in, but it's definitely possible. For setting up your joysticks, you're going to want to set your left joystick to the style of input of directional pad, and set WASD to your 4 directions, and you can also change your click action so that way your L3 will also be another button. You're going to want to set up your right joystick as your joystick mouse, which also you have the option of a click action. Once you've got your bind set up, you've got everything where you like it, I would recommend going into a offline raid and just testing it out, getting a feel for it, making sure that you've got all the buttons you want, make sure you've got the binds where you need them, make sure you've got everything you need. You can always refer to my binds. I'll have a screenshot in the description as reference, but don't get discouraged by not being able to get it set up on the first couple of tries. It took me more than 7 tries to get binds that were even remotely playable. And now after after a lot of trial and error, we've gotten to a point where we're able to play Tarkov at above average level, I'd say, on a controller. We've got every bind we need. We can check our mags. We can do some B-hop jumps, check our chamber, whatever, clear out a misfire. We've got everything we need to consistently play this game on a controller. So don't get discouraged just because it's not working how you like it to. It takes some effort, man. It took some effort getting this thing set up, but it's worth it. Alrighty, so if anyone has any questions, any issues setting this up, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm more than happy to help anyone, anytime get this set up. I'm live most days, most nights on Twitch. I'll have a link in the description. I'm more than happy to help you set it up. Any questions you may have, or if you just want to let me know that you got it set up, I would love to hear that someone was able to set this up with my help, because for me, controller is a part of my life. This is what I play on. So I just want this to be more accessible to everyone. I want people to be able to play this regardless of what input you're playing on, whether it's for comfortability or you need the accessibility of it. I want people to be able to play the game. So please let me know how it works for you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.